You learned to read the room before you learned to read books. By 7, you knew which silences meant danger and which ones just meant tired. You knew how to make yourself invisible when the air shifted, how to be useful before anyone asked, how to not need anything out loud, ever. Nobody taught you that. You just figured it out. People called you mature for your age. Teachers said it like a compliment. Relatives pointed at you like you were some kind of miracle. But here's what they didn't understand. You weren't mature. You were trained. There's a meaningful difference between the two, and your body has been keeping score ever since. Psychologists call it parentification. It happens when a child takes on emotional or practical responsibilities that belong to adults. Maybe you managed a parent's anxiety without anyone naming it that way. Maybe you made sure your siblings ate. Maybe you became the family's emotional regulator before you even understood what emotions were. You became the adult in the room because someone had to be. And you were there. Your nervous system adapted. It had to. When the environment is unpredictable, the brain rewires itself toward constant alertness. Your threat detection became extraordinarily sharp. You stopped playing and started monitoring. You stopped asking for things and started anticipating what others needed instead. This isn't a character flaw. This is biology protecting you from a situation no child should ever have been placed in. But here's the part nobody talks about. That rewiring doesn't disappear when you grow up. It follows you into every room you enter as an adult. You walk into meetings and immediately scan for who seems upset. You apologize before you've done anything wrong. You feel responsible for other people's emotional weather like it's written into your personal contract. And when someone finally asks what you need, you go completely blank. Because for years, what you needed was simply never part of the equation. The exhaustion you carry isn't weakness. It's decades of invisible labor that started far too early. Here's the reframe. The maturity everyone praised you for was actually your pain doing the work quietly. It wasn't strength. It was a child constructing walls fast enough to survive the flood. And yet, that same child learned something remarkable. They learned to sense what others feel before a word is spoken. They developed patience, resilience, and a depth of empathy that most people spend a lifetime searching for. You're not broken. You are the result of an impossible situation, navigated by someone far too young. The work now isn't becoming someone entirely different. It's learning that you're finally allowed to stop, that the emergency is over, that somewhere inside you there is still a child who deserved so much more, and it's not too late to give them some of it.